Peace, love, and light, y'all. We back. You know something so interesting? I forgot to mention in my previous videos about the career path of which I've chosen, which wasn't just about demonology as well. But I just wanted to pinpoint that because people was much more interested about that. Why I was like, why would she want to do that of all things? So I decided to share a video regarding why I wanted to do my other why I've chosen to include the other practices of well actually I started with card readings where I started. So I chose tarot readings and I chose tarot readings. Okay, the reason why I chose tarot readings is because it interests me. The reason why I chose energetic readings is because it too interests me. It interests myself. What else? Spiritual counseling interests me because I interests me because of my own personal life experiences, and I desire to be a service to people who experience what I experience or experience in any type of um, problems in their life, you know, and I find interest in helping other people evolve spiritually and moving past the blockages within their own lives and understanding their life paths as well. Okay, that's why I chose spiritual counseling. Why did I choose Reiki? I chose Reiki because Reiki, I'm naturally gifted with disability. So I'm able to, yeah, I'm naturally gifted with Reiki, is why I chose Reiki. Another, clearing karmic debt is my life, it's from my own personal life experiences, helping people clear karmic debt, understanding mainly what the heck is karmic debt because a lot of people still don't understand that, you know. Whew. What else? Like, damn, bitch, what you do? That's the thing. I do everything. I do everything. Mediumship. I come into mediumship because just over this past year, I've got into mediumship. Mediumship is having the ability to communicate with the um, with with spirits, souls who have crossed over to the ancestral realm. So I have the ability to communicate and with the souls from the ancestral realm. I was trying to not say the dead, you know. Um, so yeah, I've developed this ability this particular year. Um, that's another that okay. That's a total different story for another time because that story is kind of long because I had to really um. It's like I had to learn how to know when I was being manipulated mentally through my thoughts rather than someone communicating with me from the ancestral realm. So that alone played a major role in my self mastery because now people aren't able to manipulate my thoughts anymore. They aren't able to manipulate my thoughts or um, place mind controls or love spells. Like I'm immune to that. It tickled my funny bone. Like you know, it's funny. So people aren't able to do that because of the self mastery of um, developing and understanding mediumship from a higher awareness. You know, certain things I was just it's like it was it was a and I want to post a video about that too because a lot of people need to know. See, when you're dealing with mediumship, you would have entities who will try to mess with your mind, trying, like when you first come into it, like when you first come into the awareness that you're a medium, you're going to be tricked by other entities, or other entities trying to cause you to believe that you're speaking to a relative, or and you're gonna need to learn how to you're gonna need to learn how to oh, I cannot believe the word just slipped my mind. You're gonna anyway, you're gonna need to learn how to know when you are being manipulated by these entities. So whether you are being, whether it's someone from the other side, or you're actually being manipulated mentally, And so along my path of self mastery, I have learned that as well. When to know when I was being manipulated mentally, rather, yeah, mentally, or communicating with someone from the ancestral realm. Now, the plot twist for my entire situation is the fact that I didn't know any family. Like my ancestors, the ones who communicate with me, I've never met them in this lifetime. I've never met them physically. I've never heard about them. I've never had any stories told to me about them. It's like my family history was kept a freaking secret. Who our ancestors were, Now, the ancestors who work with me are my ancient ancestors, are the ancient um, kings and queens who who has ruled the kingdom, the ancient kingdom. Okay. Um. So technically, I haven't never met them, of course, in this lifetime, but I know their energy. I know their soul, because there has been lifetimes when we have crossed paths. They know me, I know them. I grew up in a house with them. You know what I'm saying? In other lifetime, not in the house, but in a palace with them. You know, these are ancient, ancient, ancient souls. Very ancient. These ancestors, very ancient, and they're so pure. So I was never taught about this, and I was never taught about my ancestors. In fact, my entire history and upbringing, we were taught in my religious based system where I grew up in the Hebrew Israelite community. Their religion deemed my great ancestors as enemies of the Hebrews. So imagine finding this out, right? Imagine finding this out, that your ancestors were the very people that you grew up believing were your enemies. Imagine finding that out. Imagine that feeling. But me, myself, I was never into history, so I never gave a fuck about nothing. That was me. I didn't give a fuck. I had a not giving a fuck attitude, and that's why a lot of people like found it hard to really. It's like they managed to get up under my skin, but that was mainly through love. But any other, like, you really can't get up under my skin. You really can't. And history is something that I was never into, because I've always intuitively knew that that was some fucking bullshit that they were feeding us. So although they were trying to tell me my ancestors were enemies, it's like I heard what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but it doesn't interest me. And I'm not gonna run with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna run with that. I'm not gonna run with that. That was prior to my awareness, me coming to the awareness of who I am. It's like I intuitively felt the bullshit, and it's like I'm not gonna run with the bullshit. We gonna leave this bullshit right the fuck here in your Hebrew Israelite community, and I'm gonna move the fuck on with my goddamn life. And that's what the fuck I did. Then I found out about who my ancestors was, and it's like, oh, it makes a lot of sense because the Hebrew Israelite community are governed by Freemasonries, who are Freemasonries in occultists, who are in disguise as righteous individuals. So it makes sense why they deem, or why they use that religious based teachings to deem my ancestors, my great ancestors, as enemies or evil and wicked. You see, the Freemasonry organization started back in the ancient Kemet history. Thank you. The royal bloodline. We started. This is a channel messages came through. Anyway, we um I'll just say it got out of hand. It got out of hand. It wasn't supposed to go the way that it did. That it's gotten to. Now I don't people believe Freemasonry. Oh, there's nothing wrong with Freemasonry. I just met someone the other day talking about he's a part of the Freemasonry, and it's like, bro. He said there's nothing wrong with the Freemasonry. It's like, bro, everything is wrong with the freaking Freemasonry organization. For starters, the fact that they are in disguise as righteous when they practice Satanism, satanic practices, and it's like, bruh, if you're gonna be a satanic, be satanic in the open. You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta hide behind the title? Freemasonry secret society got out of hand. It was never supposed to be what it is today. It was never supposed to be what it has become. It was supposed to be one thing starting from the ancient Kemet history, and then it developed into something dark as the time went on, something dark. And we are now here, today. So, yeah, what else? Dance. I've been dancing since the age of 6. I had a voice when I was younger, and I'm gonna develop. I'm gonna get back into singing as well in the future. I plan to do vocal training because I was. It's like my dream was killed because those entities were attacking my self-esteem regarding, my passions and what I was most passionate about. I was being attacked. Okay. Um, Singing, dancing, that is a part of my career as well. I didn't mention that in my advertise in my not advertising post, but I did not mention that in my post my post regarding the prices of my services, given the fact that I don't um, I don't dance for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, not like that, but like private dancing. I probably should. Oh, that's a good idea. Whoa, dope. All right, yeah, I'm ready to do it. No, I don't mean private as in, private strip dancing or things as such, but like private gatherings. You know how sometimes you just want to get the heat popping in your party or your concert, and things as such. So yeah, anyway, I don't talk about what I'm going to do. I just do it now. I'm beyond over what I'm going to do. So anyway, off that, what else do I do? Services I provide. Services I provide. Blessings. Oh, I have the ability to, because I ride the frequency of currency. I'm in alignment with the frequency of currency. I'm able to bless people with this frequency as well. So with this, it's like I bless them with that part of me, and money attracts money into their life. That's a part of my services. Contact me for more information. What else? I used to do wish fulfillment, but until I realized how karma works. Like until I really understood how karma works. It's like I cannot wish something into someone's life if it's not their karma to receive it. You know what I'm saying? If they've done nothing to receive it, you cannot come to a person like myself, pay me money, because then I will receive the karma. I will receive that karma and you will receive that blessing. You understand? So no, I don't do wish fulfillments anymore. Um my humanitarian work is my humanitarian business is pretty much a charity business. I give back to the homeless, and I do this from the kindness of my heart because it makes me happy, and it makes the other person, the other people happy. It brings joy and love and light into their lives, and that is my sole purpose, and so I don't mind being a service to the homeless because they are, many of them, not all of them, but many of them are earth angels. And I know the earth angels when I see them, and I'm guided to help these earth angels on a more personal level. Everyone else, I help, I do what I do. But the earth angels is who I'm guided to help on a more personal level. Okay, I love it, I love it. I think the best part of my business is probably that. Like yeah, the best part, what I love most about what I do is being able to give back. Being able to be a light in someone's life, and y'all hear it a lot because that's my theme. It's a theme of my mission, my soul life purpose. My soul life mission is to be love and light. To share love and light. So I love that. I love giving back. I love hearing their stories. There's some funny ass motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Some of them are dead ass funny. Yo, I'll give you an example. So I met one homeless, right? And I was talking to him. I bought them food and I was sitting down having a conversation with them about life. We was talking about life. And we decided to get up and move move upward so that we can buy something, so I can buy them something, purchase them something else to eat, right? So as we were, like, we got up, we were sitting in the grass. As we got up, he said, "You ever seen a house on wheels?" I said, "No." And he pointed, so right, he pointed in one direction. So when I looked in the direction that he was pointing, it was a shopping cart with a bunch of things. I died laughing. He said, "Wait, did I say a house on wheels?" Yeah, he said, "Have you ever seen a house on wheels?" I said, "No." So he pointed to the shopping cart, and it was like a shopping cart, right? Not shopping cart, a supermarket shopping cart that had so many things. I died. Like, he was laughing too. Like, he was laughing at his own. So I love that type of shit. I love that. Those type of experiences I live for. I live for it. I love when I meet someone and they're able to see the humor in their situation. They're able to see the light in their situation. They're able to laugh at themselves during the dark times, during that dark period of their life. I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard. I laughed at the fact that I laughed at the joke itself, right? It was like a movie scene. It's like the music is playing. It's like, have you ever seen Us and Us? The music playing. It's like, oh no. Then when he pointed to that and I looked, it's like the music, it was like that, and it's like, oh my god, I died. I died. So I just love it. I love it because they some people I meet, I'm telling you, they are so hilarious. I love their sense of humor, and that's one thing about Earth Angels. We have this sense of humor. Like, we are, it's like we just, every Earth Angel have this goofy part about them. Some is extreme, like myself, I just like I go I go above and beyond with my humor, especially when it comes to dark humor, you know. But we all have that thing, the shamans and sages, like we know how to laugh at life because of that dark place that we come from, right? So I was like, I laughed so hard, but I love it. I love it. I just love it. Like, how can you not love it? Yeah, so it's amazing. I love what I do. I love what I do. I just love it. I love it. I love it. It's fulfillment. It's so fulfillment. Like, it's soul food. It's soul food, you know? And it's like, and even the way I work, it's like, I, you understand? I rest. I can take a few days off. You know what I'm saying? But prior to, I get a lot of work in. So I take a few days off. I chill. Then I come back. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's an ebb and flow. It's a balance, and I been able to manage that balance well. It's gonna be different when my children come back, when I receive my children back in my care. But it's gonna be a hell of a lot different because then I'm gonna have 8 children. So I'm gonna have to reorganize my schedule, which I plan to do. So because they're gonna be homeschooled as well. My children are gonna be homeschooled, and I'm gonna have to balance how I'm going to manage my business from home, also charity, and also teaching them teaching them. And they're the type of homeschooling that I have planned is gonna be so unique, so fun. It's world traveling involved. Like, it's gonna be amazing. Like, what? We traveling the world, y'all. Real life experiences as tests. It's like the way that they're gonna be taught, they're gonna be prepared for this world. I just caught 20 22 22. But they are going to be prepared for the world, you know, starting from very young ages. I'm going to teach them how to be in tune and in alignment with the divine and nature, so that I don't have to ever, and the importance of learning about their intuition, so I don't have to ever worry about my babies being out in this world. You know what I'm saying? Worrying about their safety, or if if something's going to happen to them. I don't have to ever worry about that, because I'm going to teach them how to learn, how to follow their intuition, and how to learn how to be in tune with nature, so that you can see the signs around you. Train them to see the signs around them. You know what I'm saying? So I plan to train them and see the signs around them, so that they don't ever have to be in the situations or ever experience what I've experienced throughout my lifetime. So the type of teachings that they're going to be getting, it's going to be real life experiences as well, that will be included to test their psyche. How you respond to this, how you respond to that. What do you do in this situation? What would you do in that situation? What would you do if something happened to this particular person, and his ankle, he just walked and he fell and his ankle um twisted. What would you do in that situation? It's like real life training them for life. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of teachings that we were supposed to be taught growing up, to prevent us from going through everything that we were going through. But if we could not have developed this knowing and these teachings from the very people who want to keep us from evolving. You understand? We couldn't have learned these things, because the people who brought us into this world wanted us to remain asleep and under the same curse of poverty that they were up under. And the other generational curses, they wanted to keep us up under that. So my homeschooling for my children is going to include training, like real life training. So I'm going to yeah, so it's going to be very exciting, and I'm very excited about it. It's going to be so exciting. I'm so excited. Let me not even talk about it because, what the adversary don't know, baby, you can't attack. Hack. All right. Um. So I'm going in today because my ancestors want me to go in today, y'all. So I did like 2 hours already. I'm literally counting seconds and shit. Like, oh yeah, okay. Ancestors, I did 2 hours. But everything that you do as a not it's like I was joking about that, but everything that we do as an earth angel, we receive back from the universe. You understand? And it's like because our heart is so pure, we're not even given to receive. We're given because we're pure. It's in us. It is who we are. It is our nature to be given. It is just our nature. So everything that we do, we are being reciprocated for. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my thing is that no, I don't care whatever small efforts you do to be a light in someone's life, it matters. You may see it as small, but the universe sees it as you making major changes in the universe, and your ancestors are proud of you. They're proud of you for the changes that you've made, for how far that you've come. So every step that you do, from posting a small video, from posting a video on your YouTube channel, that just a few seconds, not seconds, but a few minutes. In those few minutes, you are sharing love and light. That counts. That counts. You are going to be blessed for that. The little effort that you do, like you see a man walking with a heavy bag. I mean, not a man, a woman. A man can be walking with a heavy bag too, and I still ask this as if he need help. You know what I'm saying? Who said a woman can't help a man who's carrying a heavy bag? If I see that you're struggling, I'm gonna still help you. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, he's a man, he should handle it." No, you good? You alright? Like you got this handled, or you need some help? You know, being kind, sharing kindness, being kind and loving to strangers, and it counts. Every single thing you do counts. Everything you do counts. Remember that. Remember that. And when you are on this journey, I'm telling you right now, the divine spirit of life is going to have you doing some things that you're not going to understand why the fuck you are doing these things, but you are going to be doing these things, right? So the divine spirit of life are going to have you doing these particular things that you're not going to understand, but it's important for you to do it anyway, regardless of how anyone sees you or view you, or no matter what people say about you. You continue on your journey because you are going to be blessed. You hear me? You're going to be blessed. Don't pay no focus. Don't give no focus. Pay no mind to the naysayers. People who think you crazy. Yeah, I'm telling you because I was, trust me, I know all about it. So don't worry about the naysayers who think that you're crazy for doing what you're doing because they don't understand. Because they don't understand your path and your life mission. It isn't for them to understand. 10 years from now, you're going to be so much more evolved, and they're going to be still where they are, still not understanding. You know what I'm saying? Still lacking understanding why you're doing what you're doing. Meanwhile, you have evolved. You have, you progressed, and they still stuck at, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Pay them no mind. I don't care how people see. Like people see me, like when I first started doing humanitarian work, people thought I was crazy. Why would she be out here? I think people crazy. Why wouldn't you be out here helping? people who are in great need of help, in assistance, in a fucking meal. Why aren't you helping? I think you crazy. I don't think I know. Society have gone loco. So I knew I wasn't a crazy one for wanting to help someone else. I knew I wasn't a crazy one. That's that manipulation, that mind fuckery. You ain't gonna fuck with you ain't gonna fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna fuck with my psyche. I know what I'm doing is right. Period. Point blank. I don't care if they're not the same. I don't care if they aren't the same color or the same race, or if they don't speak the same language as I, or their clothes, or how they look, how they dress. I don't care about how oh my God, like I just don't care. I don't care about all of that, about any of that. All I care about is helping the individual and remaining true to my life mission and my life path. So yeah, a lot of people are not going to understand you. A lot of people are not going to understand you, and it's not for them. It's not for them. It's not for you to be understood by them. End of story. End of story. As long as you know that you are doing the right thing, that's all that matters, because baby, in the future, it's going to pay off. And this is why the divine spirit of life look out for earth angels and light workers, because we, that's how we are favored. That's how we are so favored. All earth angels and light workers have this thing about their lives where it seems as if, I don't know how you got or how you experienced this, and you still, it's like, I don't know how you got to where you are after experiencing all that you've experienced. I don't even know how you got this far. And I watched you every step of the way failing, and every time that you failed, somehow, some way, a miracle occurred. You bounced back, and I don't know how you did it. And it's like, I don't know how. I'll give you an example. I don't know how you managed to sit in prison for 2 months. First of all, it was self-defense. Okay, it was self-defense. All right. So the karmic cycle that ended the karmic cycle ended with my children father of 3 years abusive relationship. That ended with me with a altercation and fight, which ended with me. I was 2 months. No, I was like a week pregnant, some type of shit like that. No, I was pregnant, right? So anyway, again, this is not the same situation as the other situation I was talking about. I was pregnant, like 2 separate situations. He laid hands on me while I was pregnant. Okay. It wasn't even 2. It was more than 2 situations, but these 2 is what I spoke about. So anyway, I was in the kitchen. Oh, I won't even talk about the situation because it's still on the burner. I'm still closing that out. That happened 2017. It was self-defense. I stabbed him in the shoulder. Okay, and I do not regret. I don't regret for defending myself and my unborn. Why the fuck would I regret that? So it's like, how did you manage these are real life situations I'm telling you about. How did you manage to sit in prison for 2 months? First of all, in court, they did not take my word that the fact that it was self-defense. They was against the fact that I defended myself. They was against that, right? They were really hard on that. They were against that because of my previous felonies from 2013 when I got into an altercation with a cop. In a situation where I fought someone in 2014. Some sister and I got in a fight, and that's another story for another time. Yeah, so just those 3. That was it. So it's like real life ass situations, right? It's like, how did you manage to get out of that situation to sit in prison for 2 months? When I went into prison, I met a woman. I'm going to talk with you. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you about my prison experience, man. I'm telling you, I got some stories. So when I was there, right, I met this one particular woman. I was favored. I knew I was favored from the moment I got there. I knew I was favored because of it's like I had earth angels around me helping me out. The guy who was working outside of the cellars, passing food out and things as such, he took good care of me. He helped me out so much. When I actually got to the actual prison, you know what I'm saying? The women prison, I don't even like I that like I was being transferred. I was transferred from one area to another, and then within this area, I stayed for like 1 week, and it was like I was had an OCD thing, and it's like it's too many roaches, I can't do it, so they took me to a cleaner area. Privileged. That's what I'm talking about. Privileged. They took me to a favored. They took me to a clean room. It looked as if it was a typical room, just with a bar. It was a typical room with a bar with decent ass bunk beds. They had painting like beautiful. It was like because though that was the room where they kept mothers, right? Mothers with children. So it had little pictures on the wall, like little drawings, and like professional drawing, of course. But it was like very classy the way that they had it. And I'm like, oh, this is the shit. This is hotel life. I'm joking. I'm joking, but we had television in the room, and it was very decent. It was very clean. And the roaches, it was less roaches. It was still roaches, but it was less roaches. You know what I'm saying? Privilege. Inside of the prison, we were told you can only go to the shopping. Well, I don't even know how they call that in English. In Hebrew, it's called cantina. That's where you go to buy your personal belongings or food. That's where you're shopping. That's like the shopping, a grocery store, should I say? We were told that we can only go once to the grocery store in a month. I was able to go twice every month. Both months. I was only there for 2 months, but I was able to go twice both months. Another thing, women had to wake up, they have to work. It's either you work or you go to school, and that is mandatory. It was mandatory for women to work or go to school. One moment. And for myself, it's like I'm not doing either. And that's period. Like I'm not doing anything. First of all, I was pregnant, and there was another woman. There was like two other women there. Like then I was already been able like beginning the show, but there was like two other women there who were pregnant, who was much more, who were much more far along than I was. These two women, like one was like 8 months pregnant, the other woman was like 5 months pregnant, and I was like 2 months pregnant. And it's like I'm not doing a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to. It didn't make any sense to me. It didn't make any sense to me. Why would I go? Because it's mandatory. Why is it mandatory? Like I don't. I'm not going. I'm just not. I'm sorry. My stomach, And then I was like I was experiencing like every morning I had morning sickness. So it's like every morning that was my excuse, morning sickness. And it's like, well, the other women, it's like they try to use like the other women, they do, they're able to do this and that. And it's like, well, the other women body are not my body. They don't have my body. Isn't my body. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had an argument. I had a pretty good argument. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good arguments you could not argue with. So I was like chilling all day, watching television, eating. When I first got to when I was transferred to that room, is when I met this woman. She's so precious. Yeah, she was arrested for helping her husband bury a body. Loyalty, right? True love. No, I'm joking. What? But yeah, this one particular woman who was in the room with me, helped her husband bury a body. That's how she ended up in her situation. She didn't necessarily kill a person, but she had some type of, they say she did not have a disability, but she was not as like society norm. I knew this woman was highly gifted, man. She was highly gifted. She knew things, she knew things. Now look, this woman, she was a brainiac. She knew everything. They wanted to say that she had some type of disability, so they had her taking medication. It's like, you don't need any medication. But she's like, yeah, because and the way she talked is like different. And she's like Russian. She's like, yeah, but you know, when I sleep, I sleep, walk, sleep, talk. It was something that happens during her sleep, and it's like, I saw that she had a demonic entity attached to her, but she was very well. She's very well educated, very well wise, beyond her years, type of wise. You know what I'm saying? She know things. So I was just like, whoa, all right, all right. So when I first got there, I met her. She was so sweet. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. She's just so sweet. She's so sweet. That's probably why she helped her husband, because she's so sweet. But even then, it's like, it's still not. It's not. It wasn't the right thing to do. But I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. It's like I feel that. I feel you, but I want. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But you had to do what you had to do. You love your husband. Yeah, I understand it. I understood her journey. I understood why she made the choice that she made. So the other woman that was in and that was in a cellar with myself and her, this woman, you see, I was able to see my ancestors specifically put me in this situation to learn these life experiences so I can bring this information, because like everything was going to make sense later once I awakened, which makes sense now that I've awakened. You understand? So when I was there, it's like I heard some stories about women, their own personal stories, men. I'm talking real life shit. Women took this woman who was in the sailor with myself and the other woman. She seemed she seemed like she was a normal woman from the outside. But the inside, it's like, because I see through people. This 2017, then I was already able, like I was like really aware of people with behavior, things that such. So if I was able to see through her, it's like I saw that she had some type of mental illness. It's like if anyone had mental illness, it was her, not the other woman. You understand? So she had some type of, and the mental illness that she had, it wasn't. It's not. There is no mental illness. Please stop. Yes, there is no such thing as mental illnesses. Yes, you either gifted and you don't understand your gifts, or you have a demonic attachment. In the story, it gets no simpler than that. That is the root cause of what they believe to be mental illness. That is the root cause. Either you are spiritually gifted, highly gifted. If you're experiencing shit physically and mentally, you are highly gifted. Or you're highly gifted, or um whoa. Those thoughts just ran out of my mind. 1 second. What the heck just happened? One moment. Uh either you're highly gifted, or you have some type of demonic attachment to you. But you're not mentally ill. There's no such thing as mental illness. Anything that is going on with you physically is because of an imbalance with your spiritual state, or an imbalance in your spirituality in the 5D realm. So that imbalance in the 5D realm to the physical mental illness would be demonic attachment, or would be an with your um imbalance with aligning with your spirituality, in your aligning yourself with your gifts. You know what I'm saying? not aligning yourself with your gifts, damn, aligning yourself um with the 5D realm. You know what I'm saying? Balancing the 5D and the 3D. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Balancing the 5D and the 3D realm is why you're experiencing mental illnesses of all kind. It applies to all. That is what they did not want you to know. Secrets of the universe. You just learned something. I hope you get to know them pad. Yeah, I'm trying to get as much information out as I can, and I'm just rolling with it. So it's like, and when I'm done, I'm gonna look up at the sky. Ancestors, I did good. Like a little child, I did good. Do I get my candy now? Okay, I'm joking. So anyway, I'm joking. So um, the woman. Let's get back to the woman that I met. She, the mental illness that she had was the fact that she just had demonic attachment attached to her. Now, the reason why she was in prison was because she murdered her 2 daughters. Rumor had it I can't quite remember her story. I got another story. First of all, I met like 4 of these women 5 women. Oh my God. I've sat and I listened to these stories, y'all. That's how I know what I know about these demonic attachments. All right? One moment, y'all. One moment. I said, y'all, it's only one person watching right now. One moment, you. Okay, so as I was saying, right? So this woman took her children to the ocean and she drowned them. And when you see, after they already, it's like after they do these acts, they always experience. I'm gonna tell you, oh God, it's about to go somewhere else. It's about to get so deep, y'all. It's about to get so deep. All right. Now, for my own personal life experiences as well, I'm gonna tie this shit in. It's about to get real deep. Now, what I realized that they all had in common, every single woman had in common, after they did what they did, they felt remorseful. Not only remorseful, but they felt conflicted, asking themselves, why would I even do something like this? Why would I kill? How can I take my own child's life? They felt so remorseful. One woman had a breakdown almost every other day. She would just break down. I'm gonna talk about that too. She would just break down, have a breakdown, crying on the ground. And she's been arrested now for 30, well, then it was 30 years, so now it'll be 32 years. So now it'll be 32 years that she has been incarcerated. But this woman was incarcerated for 30 years and she'd been having breakdowns every other day for 30 years because she can't understand why she took the life of someone who meant so much to her own flesh and blood. They all had that one thing in common, and feeling remorseful, not understanding why they made the choices that they've made. Now here's a plot twist. The plot twist about this is that they did not understand why they did what they did is because they were being controlled by a demonic entity who manipulated them into taking the lives of their own flesh and blood. So after, it's like they were in a trance. After that trance, after they snapped out of it, it's like, what have I done? What have I done? Could you imagine? Could you imagine that feeling of snapping out of a trance? You don't know what the hell happened. You didn't even see yourself kill your child. You did not see yourself. Imagine that shit. Imagine not seeing yourself take the life of your child, and the second after, you snap back into reality, you see your child laying in front of you lifeless. And you looking around like, who did this? And you're the only one around, so it's like, why would I do, you know what I'm saying? Why would I do that? Why? Why is the question that they ask. That why leads back to what I was talking about the demonic entities. And how when they control you, sometimes it's like you snap, you black out. It's a blackout. And once you snap back into reality, it's like, what have I done? What have I caused upon myself and my life, my child? That's frightening for an individual. In fact, for them to spend a lifetime not understanding what. Oh, wow. My ancestors just gave me a revelation, what they wanted me to do next. Oh, all right. They wanted me to share this information. What they just revealed to me is that they want me to go to prisons, to the women prison, men prison as well. And share my own personal life experiences, also help them to understand why they experience what they experience from a spiritual perspective, and also help them. So yeah, that was just a current revelation. Not revelation, epiphany. So I guess, yeah, okay. So it's like they did not understand what they were doing, or why they've done why they've made the choices that they've made, right? So that's how it be when you have a demonic attachment attached to you. A great example of this is why I don't really drink. One of my videos, I forget, I'm so happy I'm on topic now. I said I do not drink. I meant I do not drink much, okay? I drink every green moon, and there aren't many green moons. I don't like drinking, because I need to maintain my sanity. I need to maintain being in control. I need to be in control. You understand? I need to be in control. I need my thoughts to be clear. I need to be able to see the signs around me, to be observant of my environment, very observant, of my surroundings. So that's why I don't really drink. Occasionally, I will, grab a drink here and there, but it's very minimum, very, very, very minimum, very, 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 very minimum. Because I come from a past where I used to drink a lot, right? And this is a great example of what I was just telling you all, right? When I would black out, like when I was younger, I would drink, right? And they had the best advantage of me, these demonic entities, because I was being manipulated by my mother, right? So it's like when I was drinking, I would black out, and the entity would attach itself, or not attach itself, but it would manipulate my thoughts and manipulate me. But it's like I would do things, like the most unspeakable things, and then when I wake up that next day, I hear about the things that I've done, and it's like, I've done that? Why would I do that? It's the same freaking experience. That's how I know what they're going through. That's how I know what they've experienced. what really took place during those moments of them taking the lives of their own flesh and blood. That's how I knew those things. Because when I was younger and throughout my life in the past, I've had many occasions where I would drink. And when I would drink, I would black out. And when I would black out, it's like I'm no longer there. Lilith will no longer be there. There will be a total different person sitting there talking to you and having a completely different, a total different conversation with you. But this particular person was not a person; it was an entity. This entity intentionally caused me to make bad choices, such as even with sexual encounters, caused me to make bad choices with sexual encounters. Mainly, it was mainly that. You know what I'm saying? It was mainly that. It was mainly sexual encounters. Some freaky dumb shit that I done. Or somebody found me running naked, and I was running around nude. And it's like, I've done that. Why would I take my clothes off? Why would I do this? Why would I do that? And it's like, wow. It's like, because I know mine's so pure. Well, I wasn't so pure then, but I knew my heart, is what I'm saying. I knew my heart. And it's like, I don't see the logic of why I would even do that. I don't see the logic of why I would want to run the street nude. You know what I'm saying? Or I've had so many occasions like that, bro. So it's like at this point it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's cats out the bag. Cats out the bag. I didn't have so many experiences. I had like probably 3 life experiences where I was nude, drunk, running the streets. I don't know why I took my clothes off. Well, because I was being manipulated by an entity, but as I mentioned, always after, it's like, wow, why would I do that? So yeah. So anyway, long story short, yeah, those some very funny stories actually. I like how my goddamn self. But anyway, I never had privacy in my life, so that's why I'm not really worried about that. I've been under surveillance. I mean, by my own, not my, like I said, I don't even know, she's my mother now. But anyway, because of the blood type. But anyway, I was saying, my own life. Let's say, oh, okay, I just lost my train of thought. One moment. Yeah, I would say my entire life, my privacy has been breached since childhood. I've been under close surveillance everywhere I go. My laptop is tapped. My phone is tapped. My home is tapped. So every time that I was pleasuring myself, thinking no one is watching, well, it was real strange, because even when I was pleasuring myself, I knew someone was watching me. I just couldn't put my finger on it. It was disgusting as fuck because of my own motherfucking mother or my goddamn father's type of shit. Y'all disgusting as fuck. But anyway, imagine that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my entire life I was under surveillance. My entire life my privacy has been breached. Agent Smiths and shit in the building. I was exposed by one. Let me see. I was exposed by one. This one particular guy, right? I dated for a year. This, like, I was 3 years celibate, 3 years plus celibate, and I met him the last year of my celibacy. So he felt entitled to have me. This is 2013. He felt entitled to me, entitled to ending my celibacy. I met him overseas. I met him online from Facebook, and he felt entitled to end my celibacy. He felt entitled to have me intimately, sexually, like I'm his, like that cat is mine. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. And it's like, no, the fuck it isn't. Come to find out, he was sleeping with his best friend, who he claimed was a best friend, was nothing more than a friend. but he was sleeping with her. They are currently engaged. They are currently engaged. He claimed there was nothing between them and all this kind of mess. So anyway, we fell out. Once we fallen out is when I had my first intimate physical intimacy. I think that guy was a Asian Smith too, now that I think about it, because he's connected to someone who's connected to the pedophile that I was married to. It's like his friend was a woman. This woman was connected to the person that I ended my celibacy with in 2013. So it's like you's a fucking Smith too. You know what I'm saying? So then I ended my celibacy with him, and that was like my first experience of like really like it I'm not gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk about that, but it wasn't like my previous experiences where I was with selfish men. I'll just say that. It was probably my first and only experience where someone was not selfish. Someone was not selfish. So yeah, that's like my first and only experience when someone wasn't selfish. Any other type of experiences or sexual encounters, it's like it would be a sex battle. Who gonna get theirs first? You know what I'm saying? It's like what? It was just disgusting. Like, why am I even doing this? And that's why I began to like after I broke my celibacy with after I changed my life 2011, I've been with 3 men since then from the community. Only 3 men from the community since then. He was the first one that I was with. The other person was just oh no, yeah. Yeah. He was the first one that I was with. And there were 2 others, after him. But the time frame was like very distant. So I did not give myself freely to people. I don't believe in it. It's like, why would I fight sex you? You know what I'm saying? To get my shit off. Like, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? If I got to do that, I don't want it. If you don't have if we're not, we don't have that soul chemistry or that intimate spiritual chemistry. It's like, I don't want you. You understand? Like, I don't want you. There's nothing to talk about. So my sexual encounters were like very distant, like months, a year apart. Well, they've actually been 1 year apart. Each sexual encounter has been 1 year apart, and there were 2 that was like within a month. Okay, wait. There was one situation where there was like within a month. Then there was another situation where I cheated for the first time. That was how that's that was like the beginning of the ending the karmic cycle that was placed that I was in with my 3 years of abusive relationship. I was faithful to him for 3 years straight. I was faithful. I was loyal. I did the whole 100. But when he missed my birthday, 2017, that's when an altercation, like, it started there, but it ended, like, it played out until like 1 week, and then 1 week later is when we got to the altercation, and I ended up getting arrested. So I met him. I mean, not I met him, but he missed my birthday intentionally. He was with again, I later found out how the guy was placing spells on me to keep me binded to him. And also he had an entire different family. I just found this out this year. He had an entire different family. You know what I'm saying? And this is 2 years later. So he had an entire total different family, which explained why he always ran away from home. And I had to run after him to bring him back home. Oh, you gonna love me today. You gonna love me. I was crazy. What? I was so crazy. And it wasn't even that. It's like, you gonna love me. You gonna take care of me. You gonna not even take care of me. You gonna, yeah. Because then I was very codependent. So you gonna love me. You gonna take care of me. You gonna be a father to your kids. You gonna be. That's how I was. You gonna be. And I wasn't just hard like that, but I was hard in a loving way too. You know what I'm saying? I was hard on him in a loving way because I wanted the best for him. You know, I wanted the best for him. But when he would literally run away to be with his other family, I didn't know that he had a family, but I knew that it was something up, or to he was bisexual too. I found out too later on. But it's like I always kind of knew, it's like I always kind of side eyed him. Like I wonder if you can tell if a man bisexual by how the way he has sex. So when I looked at him, it's like I wonder. Yeah, you kind of soft around the edges a little. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't just that. But you have some men who are attracted to their feminine energy, right? But it wasn't that. It was hidden. It's like it was hidden. It's like when they act hard, but their body language is kind of timid. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be soft and your body language is soft. But it's something totally different when you act hard, but your body language is timid. You're dealing with the DL. That's how you know you're dealing with the DL. His body language is kind of timid. The way he has sex is kind of too timid. You know what I'm saying? It's too timid. Like it's too timid. So I was able I was side eyeing him, thinking about that. Like, I wonder if you kind of, But it's like, oh well. Come to find out, he was bisexual. He had a total different family. He stole my money, and I didn't even have much. At the time, I had 2 children, well, 3 children by him, and I was receiving government assistance. So he would steal money from me, take it to his other family. It's like, well, I ain't got shit, you know. Or he was a drug dealer. He sold drugs on the street. That's how he made his money. And it's like he would use my money to buy his shit, to buy his merchandise, and then he would, like not repay me or use that money to provide for his family, his other family, then create some type of lie of why he created a lie why he couldn't bring my money back to me, or why he was unable to bring anything home, anything. And it's like, bro, we hungry. You know what I'm saying? Your kids hungry, they need Pampers. Does that not bother you? And it's so sad because it did not. He was like heartless he was heartless. He had no love for him. It's like, how could you? Like, they're your babies. Like, how could you? It don't hurt you that your woman have to go out and asking people for money for formula, or your woman have to depend on her parents because you choose not to financially support them. I left that shit alone though. Well, I didn't leave it alone. The universe stepped in, and that's when the altercation occurred. And that's when the end. Don't you ever? Let me tell y'all something about ending these karmic cycles. When the universe give you a sign about these karmic cycles and it's time to go, it's time to leave, pack your shit and get the fuck on, because shit is gonna get hella deep, hella ugly, and hella dirty. You hear me? So when the universe is giving you these signs to get out, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Get out. Get out. Break free from that bondage. When you're at the end of your karmic cycle, listen closely. And the universe is giving you so many signs and signals. It's time to go. It's time to move on. That is a warning for you to willingly end the cycle, or divine intervention is going to take place. And divine intervention causes ugly scenes. And that's some shit you don't want to find yourself in. So take it from myself. You gonna know when the time is right to end those cycles. You don't have to stay in those cycles. Yes, you have a karmic contract with karmic partners, but those contracts have a specific ending. Time period. So right before that time period, the universe be letting you know it's almost time. It's almost time. It's almost time. It's like, okay, universe, all right, I got you. I got you. That's how I was in my situation with the abusive relationship. It's like the universe gave me so many signs. It's like, okay, I see. I see. All right. But so I didn't understand from a spiritual perspective what was taking place. But it's like the universe give you so many signs. It's like, okay, I see. I see. Then bam, a situation occurred, and now you locked up in prison, you know, for stabbing a motherfucker, for defending yourself. You see what I'm talking about? Do not wait until time is too late. Period. Point blank. Don't wait until it's too late. Never wait until it's too late. So, um, okay, so moving forward, I said never wait until it's too late. Karmic cycles end it yourself. Do not allow it to get to the point where divine intervention has to step in, because when she steps in, she makes shit get real ugly real quick. It go from 0 to 100 really quick. Okay. So that's something that I've learned. What else have I learned? Well, I was flowing. I was going somewhere with this. I was saying how he was manipulating. Oh no, the ending cycle. I mentioned that. Oh, the sex. Okay. Oh, look, I said that. Sorry, I said the sex. So anyway, going back to what I was talking about regarding the my my experiences. So this one guy exploited me. The guy I was in a relationship with for 1 year when I was celibate, the last year of my celibacy, I was in a relationship with him. He exploited me because I chose to end the relationship with him. And after I ended the relationship with him, right after I ended the relationship with him, I ended my celibacy with. I ended the relationship with him because I did not trust him because of his partner, the person he is engaged with today, who he claimed was just a friend. I'm like, yeah, that's not for me. So I ended that cycle with him, and then I started a new cycle. Like right after that, he felt entitled to to end my celibacy, as I mentioned. He was abroad. I never met him. It's like we were talking online for 1 year. I never met him in person. It wasn't until 2017 when I actually met him in person, and it's like he walked up to. That's another story. I can't wait to tell y'all that story because my mom she's a wicked bitch. But anyway, she wicked. She set that up where he would come and surprise me. You know what I'm saying? With his woman, the same woman who is her friend. It's like, how could you be friends with someone who took my man? Well, not even took my man from me, but who slept, who was sleeping with someone I was in love with. How can you still remain friends with someone like that? And who was lying about it? And now you bring the same person, your friend, with my ex, to me to meet me for the first time. Child, let me tell you, I told y'all first of all, I already told y'all how I'm a mirror narcissist, all right? I'm the motherfucker. I am the not giving a fuck motherfucker. I am that person. I don't give a fuck. You get no energy. None. So when he walked up to me, right? I had my back turned. It was like they had some type of celebration. They call it New World Passover, where the Hebrew Israelite. And we was out in the park. There was a lot of people, they're celebrating, and I had my back turned. My mom was in a tent. She invited them over to the tent, right? I didn't even know they were coming, so I had my back turned. When I turned around, he was there. That's like my first time seeing him in person since all of this mess happened, right? I'm gonna tell y'all about how he exploited me as well. So when I turned around, he was there. It's like, hey, he said, hey, Shalom, how you doing? I looked him up and down and I said, I'm fine. I walked right the fuck off. Ain't give no expression, nothing. Walked right the fuck off. Burned right to the person that I was in a relationship with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that energy, that narcissist, my mom was trying to get from me being hurt. She tried to hurt me. That was intentional. Shit like this has transpired throughout my life numerous times when she tried to intentionally hurt me. To feed off the energy of me feeling hurt or pain. But no, you didn't get no energy that time, did you? Or any other time. When I see that shit, I already told y'all, I'm the master of energy. I am the alchemist. I am an alchemist. I know all about energy. Even when I did not know about energy, I know about energy. I knew I wasn't gonna feed into that because you want me to feed into that. That's what I knew. You know what I'm saying? That's energy. I understood energy when I did not even understand energy. I walked off with my dignity, with my head held high. Him and his wife, or his fiance, sitting there looking stupid. And with my mom. Like, I'm not even about to engage in any of what the fuck y'all think y'all about to do. I'm fine. Bye-bye. I walked off with my head held high. Hello. Burn. Apply cold water on burned area. You know what I'm saying? Need some ice for that too. I'm that type of person. When I know you seeking to get that energy off of me, trying to feed off that energy of me being sad or sorrow and all that kind of shit, you ain't gonna get none. You gonna get the exact opposite. The exact opposite. Ice cold. Ice cold. Not even ice cold like mean ice cold. Ice cold like numb. Ice cold like you can't fuck with me. Ice cold. Numb to the bullshit. And I become numb to the bullshit. So the way that he exploited me after I ended my celibacy. So I ended the cycle with him. The long distance relationship with him, I ended. That next following day is when I ended my celibacy with someone who was a friend. I didn't even see that person as, someone I could be in a relationship with. But anyway, I ended my celibacy with this person. And once I ended my celibacy with him, is when it's like, well, I already slept with him. It's like, why not try a relationship? You know what I'm saying? So I tried to be in a relationship with the person, and he was like ashamed. He was so ashamed of me because in the Hebrew Israelite community, they had this thing where I was loose. And truth be told, I wasn't even loose. It's like my body count is no more than let's take 30 plus. I can put that out there. My body count is no more than 30 plus. I'm 27 years of age. However, they created this theory that I was some communal whore, or I slept with everyone. When I was younger, like 15, right? When I became sexually active, my first person I was sexually active with was my son's father, he came about through a rape situation. That situation occurred through a rape situation. It's like even then, I was not that loose. I did not have sex with every Tom, Dick, and Harry the way that they wanted everybody to believe that I did. But I had stories. I did have some crazy stories out there. I will not deny. If it is the truth, it is the truth. Let me hear it. Nope, nope, that isn't the truth. This is what happened. You see, on this date, you know what I'm saying? I'm that type of person. I'm so free. I don't even mind telling you about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind. I don't mind. It's a part of my story. It's a part of why I am who I am. You know, it's a part of my story. It's a part of my glory. And I'm proud of where I am now. You understand? And it's because of who I was. Is why I'm able to be who I have become. So they had this little theory, this little rumors. They always have rumors, new rumors about me that shit wasn't even true. And honestly, the rumors were coming from my own fucking mother. She was the root cause of these fucking rumors that was being passed throughout the Hebrew Israelite community. So that person was ashamed of me. And so we stayed indoors often. We stay indoors off. Oh, and if anybody have anything to say, I can post the 30 motherfucking names. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm joking. If your name is not on the list, no, I'm joking, y'all. Oh God, let me stop. But yeah, so they had this little theory that I was loose. I was some communal whore, you know. And it's like it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. You know, it wasn't even that. It's like it wasn't even that. Period. Some things did happen. I can admit to some things happen. But if you did not hear me admit to that shit, you did not hear that story come out of my mouth, it did not happen. It is not true. It is not true. Because I don't mind speaking my truth. I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm not ashamed of anything. I'm not ashamed because I see the people around me, and trust me, your demons are much more uglier than mine. So I ain't got a shit to hide. My demons are dressed up all cute and shit with their goddamn ponytails and goddamn barrettes and motherfucking lipstick on and shit. They cute. My demons cute. They cute. No, I'm joking though. But yeah, my demons are cute. You know what I'm saying? I dance with my demons. You know? I danced past tense with my demons. They're cute compared to what the fuck other people be hiding. Pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? Disgusting addictions and you know, just like sex addictions and alcoholics and taking needles behind the scenes and sneaking and creeping with other people, woman and wife and brother and sister and mother. It's like, damn. And y'all looking at me like that, bro. You know I see straight through you though. Like, you know I see straight through you, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't feel ashamed because I see everyone else's demons, and their demons are much more ugly than mine. And it's like once I come. So I was saying, when it came to me exposing myself, it's like I didn't have much to expose. I didn't have anything to expose. It's like what the. It's like it was petty small shit compared to everybody else shit. I didn't sleep with anyone husbands. There was one situation that happened with my son, my son's father. I will explain that situation to you all. It's disgusting. I was manipulated into that. You know, I was very young. I was like, I was 16. No, he was born at 16. I was 17. So I was about 17. And I just felt as if I owed, like, my son's father. I felt that he was like, I don't know, they had just